Today we are talking about businesses, buildings, and inspections. Very important to note that there is a business and there is a building. They are different things. We can look here, open up the business and place search. These are all the businesses that we have, and you can see they are the name of the business. Then we have buildings, and you can see the building names when you search them are all addresses, the address of the building. We always want to attach permanent records such as inspections or pre-plans to the building, not the business. The reason for this is buildings are permanent, businesses are not. On occasion, you'll see a building that does have a name as opposed to its address, and that'll be in cases of multi-occupancies or complexes or strip malls or something like that where there is a building with an actual name that has multiple businesses associated with it. So you have a few options. You can look around and see if you can find what you're looking for with an open search, or if you know the building name, which is typically the address, you can type it in and search there. We're going to be using the Brendan Theater today, so we'll open that up. As much of this information as you can gather for the pre-plan, you should. The pre-plan that populates on the MDT looks like this. Very, very valuable. Has lots of information, nearest hydrants, has contact information, has associated businesses that are in it, fire flow, what inspections were done, alarms, sprinkler systems, water supply information, tons of great information. It's got documents associated with it. This is a floor plan that was built for this. Really great. So enter as much of this as you know. More opportunities for more information. This is contact information for the building superintendent or manager if that's different than the business manager. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's different. So if it's a building manager that's different, you enter that here. Associated business. Now this is showing that Brendan Theaters operates out of 250 West 2nd Street. That could change. This could become, they could close and this could become a department store of some kind, in which case a different associated business would be here, but all of this information and the inspections would stay the same. And that's important because we want all that to stay with the building, 250 West 2nd, not with Brendan Theaters, because Brendan Theaters isn't a forever thing like the building. Brendan Theaters does have the opportunity to put some of this in, but really none of it needs to be here. You don't need to put inspections under the business, and you don't need to put factors or protection systems. The only thing you'll typically put here is a contact if the business manager is different than a building superintendent. So there's associated businesses. You can put the fire flow information, and then we go into inspections. Now, normally you'll hit add, but we'll open this one up to see what it looks like when it's populated. So you'll have to hit save in order to get moved down. We use safety survey here. None of these other ones apply really to what we're doing. And then you put the person that it was assigned to. Normally you'll hit new, but this is what they look like when they're filled out. You can put a status here, whether this is delayed, we're working on it, it's all done. And then a disposition, what happened? They didn't want to do it, no violations, we're doing a reinspect. Any remarks that you have? You'll start documenting violations. You can hit new, but this is what they look like. You want to use safety survey as opposed to this one. This one is the older one. And then you just document the violation as you found it. How many there were, the date of it, and then the status of that violation. Whether they're going to call you when it's completed, whether they completed it right then, immediate corrections, or whether you're going to come back and do a reinspect for it, and any remarks that you have. From there, you upload the documents, and that's the safety survey form, which needs to be scanned and uploaded here. From there, you're ready to save it and close it out. Then you can finish looking at the rest of this. We don't typically play with the permits in here. You have the protection. If you have a fire alarm, a sprinkler, or an auto extinguishment system, you'll hit new and enter that in, all the information that you have. If there is a standpipe, you can put that in here, or a hose cabinet. Factors, this one's pretty important. You have a lot of options that you can use. Building access, if there's anything specific, construction features that are notable. This all shows up on the pre-plan. Whether there's EMS access information that we need to know, whether there are utility shutoff information, water supply. So all you do is hit new and say, this is an occupant thing. There are elderly people here. will need evacuation. So you can put very much information here to help with the pre-plan, and I encourage you to do so. Tanks, if you have any tanks, this is not water supply tanks, so this will be things like diesel, gasoline, liquid nitrogen, oxygen. So tanks containing substances that we need to be concerned about. And we get a whole tab over here for LP tanks. If there's specific hazmat that you need to be worried about, you're going to document that here. And any documents. These are building documents, which we don't typically use, and these are pre-plan documents. The pre-plan documents show up in the pre-plan, the building documents don't. So that can be helpful. If you want it to be part of the pre-plan and you think it would help on an incident, put it over here. If you don't, put it on this side. Remember, inspections go here. You upload the inspections here. And that is your short tutorial on the difference between buildings, businesses, and how to input inspections.